Right now, if a baby is born, we know it will almost certainly survive. Modern medicine, hospitals, vaccines, clean water. In developed countries, infant mortality is less than 1%. 99 out of 100 babies born today will grow up. But go back just a few hundred years, and half of all children died before reaching adulthood. Half. Go back thousands of years to prehistoric times, and nearly 1 in 3 babies died before their first birthday. 1 in 3, no hospitals, no medicine, no vaccines, no formula, no sterilized bottles, no temperature-controlled rooms. Just a mother, a newborn, and a world that was trying to kill that baby from the moment it was born. So how did any of them survive? How did ancient humans keep their babies alive in a world of predators, disease, starvation, and freezing cold? And what did they do differently from us? The answer is both heartbreaking and beautiful, because everything about how ancient humans raised babies was designed around one single goal: do not let this child die. Let us start with the most dangerous moment: birth itself. In the modern world, childbirth is managed by doctors, nurses, monitors, and emergency equipment. If anything goes wrong, a surgical team is ready within minutes. But in prehistoric times, birth happened on the ground, in a cave, in a field, with no medical help except other women who had given birth before. And yet, humans survived. For millions of years, women gave birth without medical intervention, and enough babies survived to keep the species going. How? The answer is community. Ancient women did not give birth alone. They were surrounded by experienced mothers, grandmothers, and aunts. The entire female community gathered around a birthing mother. They knew the positions. They knew the signs of trouble. They knew how to help. This is called alloparenting. It means the entire group raises the child together, not just the biological mother. Grandmothers, aunts, sisters, older children, everyone helped, everyone watched, everyone fed, carried, and protected every baby in the group. A lone mother with the newborn in the prehistoric world would have almost certainly lost that baby. But a mother surrounded by 10 experienced helpers? That baby had a real chance. This is actually why human grandmothers exist. Most animals die soon after they stop reproducing, but human women live decades past menopause. Why? Because grandmother help is so critical to infant survival that evolution selected for long-lived grandmothers. This is called the grandmother hypothesis. Women who lived long enough to help their daughters raise babies had more grandchildren survive. Those grandchildren carried the genes for long post-menopausal life. And over hundreds of thousands of years, evolution produced human grandmothers, living family members whose sole evolutionary purpose is to keep grandchildren alive. Your grandmother exists because prehistoric babies needed her. Now let us talk about the single most important thing that kept prehistoric babies alive. Something so simple we barely think about it today: body contact. Ancient babies were never put down. Never. They were carried constantly, skin to skin, on the mother's chest, on her back in her arms, 24 hours a day, while she walked, while she gathered food, while she slept. This was not a parenting choice. It was survival. A baby left on the ground in prehistoric times would die within hours. Predators, cold, insects, other animals. The ground was death for a newborn. But carried against a warm body, the baby was safe. Its temperature was regulated by the mother's body heat. It could nurse whenever it needed. It could hear the mother's heartbeat, which kept it calm and quiet. A crying baby in the wild attracts predators. A calm baby on the mother's chest is silent and safe. Modern research has confirmed what prehistoric mothers knew instinctively. Skin-to-skin contact regulates a baby's heart rate, breathing, temperature, and stress hormones. Babies who are held constantly cry less, sleep better, gain weight faster, and have stronger immune systems. Ancient mothers did not know the science. They just knew that babies who were held survived. and babies who were put down did not. Then there was breastfeeding, and this was non-negotiable. There was no alternative, no formula, no animal milk in bottles, no wet nurses for most of human history. If the mother could not breastfeed, the baby died. Period. But breast milk is extraordinary. It is not just food. It is a living biological system. It contains antibodies that protect against infections the mother has already survived. It changes composition based on the baby's age and needs. It contains bacteria that colonize the baby's gut and build its immune system. It even changes temperature based on the weather. Breast milk was the baby's immune system for the first years of life. Without it, in a world of constant infection and disease, survival was nearly impossible. Ancient mothers breastfed for years, not months, years, typically 3 to 5 years in hunter-gatherer societies. This extended breastfeeding provided ongoing immune protection long after the baby could eat solid food. It also naturally spaced pregnancies, giving each child the maximum resources and attention before the next one arrived. Now here is something most people do not think about. How did ancient humans keep babies warm? Newborns cannot regulate their own body temperature. They are completely dependent on external heat. In modern homes with central heating, this is not a problem. But in a cave in Ice Age Europe, a naked newborn would develop hypothermia within minutes. The answer was constant body contact combined with animal furs. The baby was wrapped against the mother's skin. Then both were wrapped in furs. The mother's body was the heater. The fur was the insulation. Together, they created a warm pocket that could sustain a newborn even in freezing temperatures. Some researchers believe this is why human babies are born so helpless compared to other animals. A baby horse can walk within hours. A baby human cannot even hold up its own head. Why? Because human babies are essentially born premature. The human brain is so large that if babies developed fully before birth, they could not fit through the birth canal. So they are born early and finish developing outside the womb. This means human newborns are more like external fetuses for the first 3 months. They need constant warmth, constant feeding, constant contact. They cannot survive any other way. And for millions of years, the only technology available to provide this was another human body. What about predators? How do you protect a baby from a world full of things that want to eat it? The answer is the group. Again, ancient humans lived in groups of 20 to 50 people. The baby was never unguarded. Multiple adults were always watching. The camp had fire, which kept predators away at night. The group had weapons and numbers. But there was also something else. Ancient humans were incredibly alert to threats to babies. Studies of surviving hunter-gatherer societies show that the sound of a baby crying triggers an immediate response from every adult in the group, not just the mother, everyone. This is hardwired into human neurology. We cannot ignore a crying baby. It triggers anxiety and a compulsive need to help. This response evolved because babies who were attended to quickly survived. Babies whose cries were ignored did not. So evolution made it psychologically impossible for humans to ignore an infant in distress. And what about food? What did babies eat when they started transitioning off breast milk? Pre-chewed food. Mothers and other caregivers chewed tough food into soft paste and then fed it directly to the baby mouth to mouth. The same behavior that eventually became kissing. The adult's saliva added digestive enzymes that helped the baby process food its immature stomach could not handle alone. This practice continued well into toddlerhood, and it was supplemented by soft foods found in nature, mashed fruits, cooked roots made soft by fire, bone marrow, which is soft, fatty, and incredibly nutritious. Ancient babies had a varied diet long before modern baby food was invented. The reality is this: despite the horrifying mortality statistics, Ancient humans were remarkably good at keeping babies alive. Their methods were sophisticated, community-based, and biologically optimized over millions of years of evolution. The babies who died were mostly killed by things completely outside human control: infections with no treatment, birth complications with no surgery, droughts and famines, genetic disorders, freak accidents. But the care itself, the holding, the feeding, the community protection, the grandmother support, that was world-class. It was designed by millions of years of natural selection to maximize infant survival with zero technology. And much of what modern parenting science recommends today, skin-to-skin contact, extended breastfeeding, responsive feeding, community support, baby wearing, is exactly what prehistoric mothers did instinctively. We did not invent good parenting. We are just rediscovering it. If you found this interesting, subscribe. I tell stories like this every week. Next time, we are exploring something mind-blowing. How did ancient humans deal with loneliness? I will see you there.